So we have the Remnant 2 final boss fight, and I wouldn't normally do boss guides in a game like this, but there have been two bosses that have been an absolute pain in my backside, so I felt as though getting guides up for them will help other players. The previous boss fight we covered was the cancer boss, and this time we are doing the final boss of the game. But I do not want to ruin anything for anyone. So if you are not at this point, I highly recommend, if you don't want spoilers and stuff, to click off the video. And if you are struggling with the boss, come back and pick up on the tips. That's why I haven't put the name of the boss in the title of the video. I haven't used the boss in the thumbnail or anything like that because I don't want to give it away. I know a lot of people will already know it, but some people don't want the spoilers. So click off right now, go make progress in the game, get to the final boss fight, then obviously come back if you want to. So from this point on, there will be spoilers in the video. And now we've made enough progress in the game. We've gone through the different worlds. We've made it to Root Earth, and we've got to the Blackened Citadel. We've got to the Annihilation boss fight. This boss fight was nothing but stress. And I'm going to say you don't need a specific build for this, but in order to make this faster, I highly, highly recommend having some form of fire on your build. I actually changed out and I went and got the Hot Shot mod. I put on all the rings and the amulet and stuff that's going to help out with extra damage and fire and everything like that, because that was what we found to be the best way to at least deal with phase 1. There are 3 different phases to this boss fight. But phase 1, you're going to run into the middle and there's going to be a border that goes around you and you've got to run around and avoid the attacks. To get this boss defeated, the best thing you're going to do is learn your timing. If there is anything that's going to help you with this boss fight, it's timing your dodges and understanding the attacks of the boss. There is also a little bit of luck built into this boss fight because of phase 2, but in phase 1 you're in the middle, the boss is flying around, it's like coming down with its sword attack, it's spawning the energy orbs and stuff. You've just basically got to absolutely obliterate this first phase. I was using a little bit of shock here and there, but mainly focusing on fire damage because it absolutely melts Annihilation. And when you have got through to phase 2, which is by far the hardest phase, you're going to be in this glitched, corrupted realm. And the moment you get in there, step to the side, because there's going to be a massive sword that comes down in the middle, and all of the attacks really, really hurt if you get hit by them. But basically, step to the side, and then give it a couple of seconds, watch the sword, because it's going to get swiped to the side, but you can dodge the attack. Then there are a bunch of different attacks, but during this phase, you're going to glitch from the glitched, corrupted realm back to the normal, where you took down the first phase. You're going to go back and forth between both the realms. And that's why I said a bit of luck comes into this boss fight, because when you switch between, if the boss is just about to slam an attack on your head, yeah, it carries on with that previous attack. So you need to remember the attacks and stuff that are going on as you're switching between the realms. And as I said, it's just about practicing, understanding the moveset for this boss. The attacks is going to deliver that will absolutely annihilate you, pun intended, if you get in the way of them. I wouldn't focus too much on your armor and things like that. I would mainly go damage with a little bit of survivability if possible. I was running the Summoner as my secondary archetype, so that gave me a little bit of health regen. And the Gunslinger was my primary, and with it being level 10, I got extra fire rate and stuff by using the level 10 skill. So learn the moveset, learn the attacks. That's the biggest piece of advice I could give you, because the rest is just your timing. Once you understand the attacks, you've learned how to dodge them, you understand the timing and stuff in between attacks, that's when this gets really, really easy. Because we probably spent, I'm going to say, about an hour trying to take this boss down, because our timing of dodging the attacks was well off. But when we eventually got it nailed, we smashed it through phase 2. And after you are done with phase 2, it's going to trigger a cutscene. You're going to go to phase 3, but during this phase, you do not need to attack the boss. The boss doesn't have a health bar or anything like that. Instead, what's going to happen is you're going to have a bunch of random ads just roaming around chasing you down. I don't really recommend trying to attack them. I mean, you can if you want to. I did it first. What I would recommend is, again, waiting for them to try and attack you and you dodge them. And after around 30 seconds of running around, you are going to essentially kill off the boss. It's the end of the boss fight. Them ads are the final step to taking the boss down. So 3 phases altogether. The first one, in terms of attacking the boss, is by far the easiest. Phase 2 is 100% down to your timing of dodging. and understanding the attacks, because you're going to glitch in and out. It's going to become really stressful if you're not being patient with this boss. And then phase 3 is probably the easiest of them all. It's just about surviving for around 30 seconds until the boss is killed. And that is a guide on how to take down the final boss in Remnant 2. And on that note, we are going to leave the video there. If you enjoyed it, leaving a like is appreciated. If you wish to support me further as a creator, there are links in the description. Let me know your thoughts about the video in the comments. And if you want to watch more, you can click the video on screen. All support on the channel is greatly appreciated, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.